Hello guys, and welcome back to Trending Updates TV, your number one YouTube channel that updates you on anything and everything that is trending both locally and internationally. Kenyan mountaineer Cheruiyot Kirui, who tragically passed away while attempting to summit Mount Everest without supplemental oxygen, may not have his body recovered from the mountain. Kirui's body was found a few meters below the summit point of Mount Everest. A Nepal climber, Nawang Sherpa, who had accompanied Kirui, was still missing at the time of this article publication. As Kirui's loved ones mourn, they may face the heartbreaking reality that his body may never be recovered for burial. Kirui had ascended past 8,000 meters, 26,247 feet above sea level, a zone known as the death zone. This area presents climbers with extreme challenges, including cold temperatures, dangerous low oxygen levels, and inhospitable conditions. As climbers ascend into this zone, they must vigilantly monitor their physical well-being and mental state to mitigate the risks. Recovering a body from Mount Everest peak is a massive logistical challenge, requiring a well-coordinated team of climbers and specialized equipment. The process can take days or even weeks, depending on the body's location and the mountain's condition. Each additional person and a piece of equipment increases the mission's risk and complexity. The extremely cold temperatures on Everest help preserve bodies, preventing decomposition. Sub-zero conditions, often reaching as low as 60 degrees Celsius, ensure preservation for many years, with bodies remaining almost perfectly intact decades after climbers' death. Despite the danger of recovering bodies of those that die on Mount Everest, some are still recovered, although at an expensive cost. The cost can vary widely depending on factors such as the location of the body, the availability of skilled personnel, and the equipment required for the mission. The range as of 2016 was estimated cost to be $30,000 USD and $70,000 USD. And I know most of you or some of you might be thinking about this as well, that why helicopters can't be used to recover dead bodies from Mount Everest. While helicopters are commonly used in search and rescue operations in mountainous regions, they are not a feasible option for recovering bodies from the death zone of Mount Everest. Several factors contribute to this limitation. Number one, altitude. Helicopters struggle to operate effectively at the extreme altitudes found on Everest. The thin air makes it difficult for helicopters to generate lift, reducing their carrying capacity and range. Number two, we have temperature. The bitterly cold temperatures of Everest can cause helicopter engines to malfunction or freeze, posing a significant risk to both the aircraft and the crew. We have wind. High winds are common on Everest, especially in the death zone, making helicopter operations even more hazardous. Strong gusts can buffet helicopters, making it challenging to maintain control and stability. We have limited landing sites. The rugged terrain and lack of suitable landing sites in the death zone further complicate helicopter operations. Pilots must contend with narrow ridges, steep slopes, and crevices, making it nearly impossible to land safely. Although we have alternative recovery methods, given that the limitation of helicopters, alternative methods are often employed to recover bodies from Mount Everest, and these include Sherpa teams. Experienced Sherpa climbers are often enlisted to retrieve bodies from high altitude locations. Their expertise in navigating the mountain's terrain and their resilience to the harsh conditions make them invaluable assets in recovery efforts. Manual carrying. In some cases, bodies may be manually carried down from the death zone by teams of climbers. This arduous process involves securing the body in a stretcher or harness and carefully descending the mountain while avoiding hazards such as crevasses and avalanches. We have airlifts from lower altitudes. Helicopters may be used to airlift bodies from lower altitudes where the air is denser and conditions are less extreme. However, this approach is limited by the altitude at which helicopters can safely operate and may not be feasible for bodies located in the death zone. Glacial movement and avalanches can relocate bodies from their original locations, carrying them to lower altitudes or different areas of the mountain, hence making it more difficult to locate Cheruiyot Kirui's body. Bodies may reappear years after being lost due to glacial movement. Despite preservation by cold, bodies are still subject to natural elements. High winds, ice, and snow can gradually erode and damage bodies over time, along with clothing and equipment. Before his tragic Mount Everest expedition, Kirui participated in several mountaineering expeditions, including climbing Mount Kenya 15 times. His Instagram feed reflected his passion for mountaineering events in numerous posts. This article was written by Amos Robbie from Pulse. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and thank you so much for always coming back to Trending Updates TV. Till we meet again on the next article. Bye bye.